Hello there, hello everyone, hello Facebook, it's Liz here again, and I hope you're ready for another fun Friday live over here on Annie's Facebook page. Today's the day, it's block party time, July block party. I'm super excited, I love doing the block parties. I know I get a lot of people to crochet along with me, so I know today is going to be another fun block party. So all the information is in the description. If you haven't printed out your square or Afghan block yet, go ahead and do that now while we get set up here. This is the winning block, and it's called the Sand Dollar block. Super pretty. I'm going to show you mine before we get started. Here's what mine turned out like. So this is some yarn that I had. It turned out pretty big, but it's got these really cool sort of petals around, and I'm going to show you how to do those because those were really fun. And in the center we have some cluster stitches, I think it is, so I'm going to show you how to do that too. And there's Susan. Hi Susan, good to see you. And Emily, and I don't know that first one, but hello, thank you for joining me. And real quick, while I wait for a couple people to get on, let's talk about what we did last week. So this is the corner to corner little square that I did last week. This was kind of a sample, and this is the sample that I showed you guys. So we did this step by step through this whole corner to corner block, and then I showed you how to do the border on the outside. So if you missed that, go and check in the playlist for all my live videos, and you'll see how to do this corner to corner. I went through it step by step, how to increase, how to decrease, and how to do the border. Okay, so that was fun. So Emily's here and Judy's here. Hi Judy, and Linda's here. Hi, I hope everyone is ready for the block party. And there's my friend Brenda. Good morning, Brenda. And my friend Shelly from Alabama. Again, good to see you, Shelly. So happy everyone's joining me again. So if you just hopped on, I know it takes a minute for me to get my live stream out to everybody. So this is the block we're going to do today. It's the Sand Dollar block. Okay, we're going to work through this step by step through all these instructions. This is the yarn I'm going to use today. It's called Premier Basics. It's a worsted weight acrylic yarn by Premier, and it's got this nice squishy softness, and this is a big ball of yarn, so you can make a lot with this. These are the colors I have, so I'm going to use these two colors. And if you want to buy this, I put a link in the description for the yarn. So hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I'm working with my mic again today, but it's only the second time. So if you can't hear me, if something goes wrong with it, let me know because I'm reading the comments. First time for the block party. All right, Linda, the block party is so much fun. I'm so glad you're here. And Emily said, just finished corner to corner 3 days ago. And Martha said, good morning from Alaska. And there is Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Okay, guys, let's get started because this might take a few minutes. So I hope everyone's ready with their yarn and their pattern that you printed out. And let me move my phone here without disconnecting my mic. There's Fran. Hi, Fran. We missed you last week. I don't know if you were on last week, but I didn't see you. So I said, where's my friend Fran? But I'm glad you're here today. And there's Joan. Hi, Joan from Ireland. So happy you're here. Joan and Linda. Yes, I said Linda's first time. So we got first timer Linda. And I'm super excited she's here because the block parties are fun. So we're going to have fun today. This yarn is kind of thick, so I grabbed my 6mm and my 5.5mm. I'm thinking one of these will work for this Premier Basics yarn, okay? So that's what we're going to use, but you can use any worsted weight that you have at home. And Barbara says, first time from South Dakota. Hi, Barbara. And Isabel says, muy bonito. Thank you, Isabel. You're going to like this. It's really pretty. This is how mine... I'll show you really quick before we get started. This is how mine turned out, my little sample one that I did just to make sure I can do this. But we're going to do this step by step. And there's Joan again from South Africa. Hi, Joan. And Sue is here. Hi, Sue. Let's start with the blue. And there's Anne from Tennessee, first time too. Yay, I'm so excited. We've got some people here for the first time, everyone. So that's a great start to my weekend. I love when I have people join me. So work with me step by step, and let me know if you have any questions as we work along, and give me some hearts and some thumbs up if you're having fun, you guys. Okay, so this starts with chain 6, and then we're going to slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring, and then we're going to work a beginning cluster, okay? Then we're going to chain 3 and work more clusters into the middle of the ring 7 times, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And there's Patsy and Joyce and Martha. Martha says, I'm going to purchase this. Guess what, Martha? The pattern is free, but this yarn is on sale today. So if you're talking about the yarn, today's a good day to purchase it because it's on sale. I just checked before I hopped on. So we're starting with a chain of 6. I think I'm going to use my 5.5. My Susan Bates, you guys know I always use the Susan Bates hooks. Those are just my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think I'm going to use the 5.5. Susan says, first time here. Hi, Susan. We're going to have fun. I'm glad you're here. And Sandy. And Susan says, I'm still learning. Well, that's good because it's fun to learn live, and you know, I can answer any questions you have. Anne's here and April's here for the first time. Yeah, I'm showing you how to read the instructions, April. I like to do that because I hear a lot of people say they have trouble with instructions. So we're going to kind of go through this step by step, okay? So it says I did a chain 6. Which I did. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain. This is the first chain. That's the first one I made. So I'm just going to pop into there and slip stitch, okay? Slip stitch through there and back through there. The ring that, or the loop that was on my hook, and that's a slip stitch. Now I'm going to do a beginning cluster. So here it just says beginning cluster, but if you go over here where it says see special stitches, it's going to spell out to you how to do that beginning cluster. And that's just a chain 3, holding back the last loop of each hook, 2 double crochet in the place indicated, yarn over, pull through. So let's show that. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now all they mean when they say hold back is you're going to go yarn over, just like you would a double crochet, insert through that ring, pull up a loop. And you know in double crochet you do pull through 2 and then you do pull through 2 again, but we're going to hold back that last pull through, okay? We'll do that again, just like we're starting a double crochet but we're not finishing it. Pull through 2. So now you've got 3 loops on your hook, and all we have to do now is yarn over and pull through all 3 of those. So essentially we've kind of worked those stitches together to make a cluster, okay? And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do the same thing into there. So yarn over, insert your hook in the ring, pull up a loop, start your double crochet but don't finish it. 2 times and 3 times. So a cluster is going to be those 3 double crochets not finished, and then yarn over, pull through. So you're kind of making all 3 of those into one, okay? 1, 2, 3. And always check your special stitches because a cluster can mean something different. I mean, it's usually like this, but it could be maybe only 2 double crochet or 4 double crochet. So always check your instructions. Under special stitches, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, there's another cluster, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And the clusters are worked right in the center of that ring that we made. So 1, 2, and 3. And yarn over and pull through all 3 of those. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm just working over this little tail that's there. You can do that. And yarn over, pull through. So I need to have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the pattern says do this 7 times. Okay, so I'm working that 7 times, and if you see, I've got a bracket right here and a bracket right here, and then right after those 2 brackets it says 7 times. So I'm basically doing the instructions that are within those brackets 7 times, okay? And I started with the beginning cluster, so that was one that I already did, and then I do 7 more, and that's going to make 8 clusters in my ring, okay? And Beatrice says, hola from Elmwood Park. Hola, Beatrice. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can't squeeze those in there, just push this over like that, and you can get all of those clusters in there. Okay, so remember, we're just yarning over like we would make a double crochet, and then we're just doing the first step of the double crochet and leaving out the last step until we've done all 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you're just hopping on, this is the Sand Dollar Afghan block. That was the winning block in the poll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, one more. 1, 2, and 3. And yarn over, pull through all of those, okay? So this is why I know Marley Bird says don't work over the tail, so maybe that's why, because now it's sticking out. Okay, now it says we're going to end with, okay, so see how it says we do this 7 times, and the last step of the 7, and the last step within the bracket is chain 3. So we should be ending on a chain 3 because that's the last thing that's in that bracket. So that's where we should end, okay? And as you can see, I don't have my chain 3 yet. So we're just going to chain 3, and then we can end that round by slip stitching into the 3rd chain of the first chain 3. So here's the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd, and just pop your hook into there, yarn over, and pull through both of those loops. Andrea says good night from Philippines. Good night, Andrea. I know you're not going to sleep till after the live. Okay, so that was round 1. Now let's do round 2. It says fasten off, so we're going to start a new color, and then we're going to join the next color in any chain space and chain 3. And then we're going to work 5 double crochet in the chain. Here, let's start it first so I don't get ahead of myself. So it says fasten off, so we're just going to fasten off that color, just pull it right through, and we're going to start with this yellow. Really work over the tails less. Yeah, I know. I always do that too. And Yessie says, love crochet from Bakersfield, California. I'm glad you're here, Yessie. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so you know how I always like to start with my slip knot on my hook when I add a new color. So just put the slip knot on your hook, get it ready, and then it says any chain space, so you can start in any of these chain 3 spaces that we made. Just slip your hook in there, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop that's on your hook, okay? So then we made a slip stitch in there, and then we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. So we did that. So we joined the next color, we chained up 3, and now we're going to do 5 double crochet in the same space, and then 6 double crochet in each chain space around. So that's the basic instruction of what we have to do for round 2, okay? So we do 5 in the first one because we already did the chain 3, and that counts as a double crochet, and then we're just going to do 6 double crochet in each of the rest of the chain spaces around, okay? Why not work over the tail unless you, I don't know. I saw Marley Bird, and she's, you know, she's like a master teacher and everything, and she said it's one of her pet peeves. So it might just be one of her pet peeves that she said, don't work over the tail. But, you know, I get like real perfectionist-y about stuff like that, I guess. So if she says it, I'm inclined to do what she says. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm very a conformist, I guess. And we're going to do, let's see, 5 double crochets in there. There we go. Okay, so I did 5 in the first chain 3 space. I really only did, wait, no, I have to do 5 because we need 6 total. And I did that first chain 3 counts as 1, and then I did 5, so that's 6. So each one should have 6. Okay, so we're just going to work a double crochet. And if you're just learning, double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So double crochet is one of the basic stitches of crochet that is used in so many patterns. And it's a quick one, so it's probably my favorite stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Martha says, me too. You make crocheting on Facebook. Oh, thanks, Emily. That's sweet, my friend Emily. I'm glad you're here too. So I know it's a holiday weekend for us here in the States. So I thank you all for joining me on this holiday weekend. Those of you, well, everybody, I'm glad you're here. I thank everybody for being here and spending your Friday afternoon with me, because I know I love spending these Fridays with you guys and having somebody to talk to about crochet other than my kids who could care less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Madrina says, I'm a visual person, and lots of creatives are visual people. So that's why it's good to learn how to read the instructions, but also see someone do it, because it's much easier to, sort of just let it sink in if you actually see it done. And while you're looking at the words, that's what I think helps. So that's why I like to go over the instructions too. 4, 5, and 6. Thanks, Mary. Mary says you're a great teacher. That's sweet, Mary. Thank you. Everyone be safe, and God, I need to bake a birthday. Okay, have fun baking that birthday cake. That's a good way to spend a Friday afternoon too. I don't ever mind baking birthday cakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Debbie says you make it so easy. Thank you, Debbie. And hello from, Estella says hello from California. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so remember, if you just hopped on, we're working on this. Grab some yarn here. We are working on the Sand Dollar Afghan block. And we're working 6 double crochets into each one of these chain 3 spaces that I made from the previous round. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Susan says I can watch this. Susan, you can watch it whenever you want. If you have to go, you can watch it whenever you got. Are you making a space between each group? Nope, you're not making any space. You're just going from one chain 3 space to the next. You don't do any chains in between. 1, 2. Penny says hello. Hello, Penny. So happy to have you here with us. 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Hello from Greece. Hello there from Greece. Okay, so all I did was work 6 double crochet into each of the chain 3 spaces from the previous round. Okay. 6 double crochet in each space around. Okay, we did that. Join to the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3 and then fasten off. So super simple. Here's my beginning chain 3. That's 1, 2, 3rd chain there, and slip stitch, and then we're going to fasten off. So when I fasten off, I just slip it right through like that, and then you weave in those tails later, unless you work over the tails. But I guess that's controversial now. since I said something. Not really. It's probably, she's the only person I ever heard say that. I know lots of people work over the tails. I always work over the tails. I think it depends on what I'm doing too. Okay, so join the next color with a single crochet. This one's kind of long, so let's do this step by step. And it says in the first stitch. So this is the first stitch. It's kind of you know, weird because it's where we just left off here. So as you know, I always start, this is just how I start because I feel like it keeps the yarn in place better with the slip knot already on the hook. And then we're going to go into that first stitch, which is kind of wonky because it's where we left off, but as long as you can get your hook in there, you're fine. Okay, and do a single crochet. And then chain 3. Now we've got a star here, so what that means is we're going to probably repeat those instructions, whatever's within the stars. So chain 3, skip the next single crochet in the next stitch, chain 6, single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then half double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet. See, this is a lot. When it gets really long like that, just start doing one thing at a time, right? So single crochet in the next stitch, right? So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, which is this one right here. And then we are going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Okay, so you just have to basically follow these instructions step by step. So it says chain up 6 and single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So that is this, right? So this is the first chain from the hook and this is the second chain from the hook, okay? This one that's on the hook doesn't count as anything right now. This right here, which is a chain, is the first chain, and this right there is the second chain, okay? So we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next chain, which is right here, and then we're going to double crochet in the next one. Judy says, I weave in my tails as I go. That's probably the best way to do it. And now, so we did single, half double, double, so I'm sure you can guess which is going to come up next, treble, right? So we're just sort of growing this petal so it grows in height. And then last, we're going to do a double treble, so that's yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. That's a double treble, and put that one into the very last stitch. So you're going to have to yarn over, pull through 2 loops 4 times. See what we made? A little, looks like a slope. So we did all of that, treble, double treble. See, all of that we just did, and it says petal, so that means we made that petal. Okay, now we're going to skip 3 stitches, and we're going to keep going because even though there's a star star, the star star means that's where we're going to end the last repeat. Not this repeat, but the last repeat. So while you're in the middle of it, ignore the star star till you get towards the end, okay? In the end, it's important. So we're just going to keep going. So it says skip the next 3 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and then repeat from star. So let's do that. Skip the next 3 stitches. You don't have to chain or anything, you just have to skip these 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next one. And now we're going to go back to the star because it says single crochet in the next stitch. We did that, and it says repeat from star. So go back up here to the star, chain 3, skip the next stitch, and do that whole process that we just did to make the petal. Skip the next 3 stitches and single crochet. So repeat that all the way around until we get to the end, and then at the end we're going to stop the last pattern at this here where it's 2 stars, okay? But it'll make more sense when I show you. And there's Mazda from New York. Hello, Mazda. And Judy is here. Yes, I saw Judy. Okay. Just want to make sure I saw everyone. If you have any questions, guys, just leave them in the comments because I'm trying to read as I work. So chain 3, this is where we are. Chain 3, that's where we have to start. 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. So just, if you can follow along step by step with those written instructions, you can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And then half double crochet. Natal says, hello, I'm late. That's okay. We are on, if you're late, we are on round 3. Okay. Double crochet. Treble crochet. We're making these cute little petals. And double treble. 1, 2, 3 yarn overs. Go right into that last chain space. Susan says, where can I get this pattern? Susan, it's right in the description. 1, 2, 3. So just if you look at the description there, there's a link for the pattern. You can print it out. It's a free pattern. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, single crochet, chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Susan says this is where I'm getting lost. I'm going to do it a few more times, Susan, so you won't be lost, okay? So I chained up 6, and I'm going to single crochet in that second chain. And then in the next chain, I'm going to half double crochet. So you're kind of doing like chaining up 6 and doing some work in that chain rather than doing it around. So that's how you make the petals. And you can do that in crochet. You can always just sort of add a chain somewhere and start working into that chain, as long as you can figure out a way to connect it to your main piece that you're doing. 1, 2, 3, and insert in the last chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, skip 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and then we're gonna make sure, yeah, so then we're gonna do my chain 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 1 single crochet in the next single crochet. So I just made that little chain 3 space. Now we're gonna make another one of these petals. So to make the petal, we're just gonna chain up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then single crochet in the second chain, half double crochet, so we're just making our stitches longer. Double crochet, treble crochet, which is 2 yarn overs, 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then double treble, which is 3 yarn overs. 1, 2, 3. So you're doing the same thing with these trebles as you do with a double. You just have more yarn overs. Pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the last 2 loops. So now you've got that petal kind of hanging out there. So you just skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and join that petal to the next stitch. See? Jeanette says you're out with hubby. That's okay. You can try it later, Jeanette. I know you're gonna. You guys can always watch the replay and any of the other Afghan blocks if you missed any of those. 4, 5, 6. There is a playlist over on Annie's Facebook page. You can just pop over there and watch all of the block parties. I think there were 4 so far. Okay, so remember here, we're just working our stitches down. We're working down the chain but we're going up. We're increasing the height of each stitch. So we're working from the top of the chain down towards the bottom of the chain. And then we're connecting that chain back into the, I think I skipped a chain here, but that's okay. We're connecting the chain back to the round, okay? So skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. One, 2, 3. So now right in between, we make this little chain 3 space. We only skip 1. And then we go straight into the petal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? First chain from the hook, second chain from the hook. With a single, and then a half double, and then a double, and then a treble, and a double treble. 1, 2, 3 yarn overs. So it's very wordy when you read it, but once you do it, because you have to do it so many times around, you just sort of remember it, and it flows, so you can kind of remember that. 1, 2, 3. You can kind of see, okay, this makes total sense. If I'm doing a single crochet and I'm going up in height, the next stitch I'm going to do is a half double, and then I'm going to do a double. So you don't really have to keep going back. Once you sort of understand the pattern and what you're doing, it's easy to not have to keep going back and read the instructions. 4, 5, 6. You know, once you see it and do it a few times, it'll get much simpler. And that's why I like to always talk to people about reading the patterns and try to show the patterns here in my live videos, especially for these blocks. When I do the blocks, I go over the pattern step by step with you guys. So, whoops, I think I forgot to do my 3 yarn overs. 1, 2, 3. So that way, if there's anyone who feels a little iffy about reading patterns, I like to show how to do that. It's a good sort of quick tutorial on pattern reading too when you do the block parties. So 1, 2, 3, skip 1, and I'm basically just repeating those instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way around. 2. Now my double, now my treble, and now my double treble. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we have to attach that there. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet right there. So like I said, we're just doing the same thing around and around. So see, we did the double, the treble, the double treble, and then we skipped 3 stitches, and then we went back to here, chain 3, skip the next stitch and single crochet, and then we started the petal again. So it says you're going to do that around, ending the last repeat at star star. So here is the last, here's where we ended star star, right? So what comes right before we see that star star is skip 3 stitches. So that we should be ending at that. So when we get around to that first single crochet, the last thing we should be doing is skipping 3 stitches. So see, that single crochet was wrong. So here's the petal, right? And it says ending on skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. And here's my first, and then it says join to the first single crochet. So it looks like I might have 1 extra, but that's okay. We're just going to single crochet into there. So don't do another single crochet. Skip the 3 stitches and then join to the first single crochet, because that's going to kind of count as the last single crochet also, okay? So there's all my petals. And Fran says, I'm good. Fran enjoys the block party. So here's what it looks like so far. It looks like a little star. And you'll have to block these out because they curl up. And I blocked that other one I showed you. I blocked that one last night. So, but this yarn blocks very nicely. It won't be no problem to block it. Okay, so that was round 3, and we made 8 petals. And see, it tells you. So make sure you have the right amount of petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just make sure I do. Here's one. Oh, this one's flopping over there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. So I have the right amount of petals. So you can always check to make sure. It should tell you how many you made. Okay, so now we're going to do round 4, and it says fasten off there. So we're going to get rid of the blue and start with the yellow again, and we're going to join the first color in any chain space and then chain 4, okay? And then 2 treble in the same chain space. So let's do that before we get too far. So we're going to get rid of this color. We're going to start the yellow again. Melanie says beautiful already. Thank you, Melanie. Yeah, it looks really, it's very unique, and it's actually large. It turns out pretty wide. So if you wanted to make a blanket, you wouldn't need, you know, like a million of these. Join first color in any chain space and chain 4, and then okay. So here's the chain spaces, right? These chain 3 spaces. Pick any one of them and just join your next color. So I like to join with a slip stitch like that. And then we're going to chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that counts as my first treble. And then we're going to do 2 more trebles. So treble is yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay. 2 trebles in the same space. We did that. Now we're going to chain 3 and single crochet in the top of the next petal and then chain 3. So here's so chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the top of the petal. So here's my petal, just single crochet right into the top there. So I basically kind of did it into that. Try to find like an opening there and just single crochet it into there, okay? And then chain 3 again, and then 3 treble in the same chain space. No, in the next chain space, and then repeat from star, okay? So then after we do the chain 3, 3 treble, we're going to go back to the chain 3 single crochet. And we're just going to do that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3. Here's my chain space. 1, 2, and 3. And you'll see because it'll kind of present itself, right? 1, 2, 3. Now we're here at the petal, so we know we're kind of on that single crochet step, you know, instead of, we wouldn't do the trebles right in here. And then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're here, we need to do the trebles again. So that's what I meant about kind of not having, it's kind of, you know, it's a pattern, so you can sort of intuitively know what's supposed to happen next. 1, 2, 3, as opposed to having to keep reading the instructions for every step of the way. So 3 trebles, 1, 2, and 3. Tasha says, I've never done blocking before. It's super easy, Tasha. So you just need one of those blocking mats, and then the way I usually do it, if it's just a acrylic yarn, I usually just pin it to the blocking mat. Pin it as much as you want. You can use as many pins as you want, to where it looks like a nice square. So all the edges are straight, the corners are sort of pushed out. Pin it there, spray it with water a lot. You can use a lot of water, it'll dry. And then just like a spray bottle, and then let it dry. And once it's dry and you take it off of you take the pins out, you'll see it's nice and straight. It keeps the shape that you made when you stretched it out with the pins. And as you can see, something like this is going to need to be blocked, because see how these guys are like folding? When it looks like that, it's you need to block it. I usually block most of the things that I do, but not everything really needs blocking. I like when you do a big Afghan with a bunch of granny squares, I think it looks pretty when you block all the squares and nothing's curling or turning. 1, 2, 3, and let's see, where are we here? So we're almost towards the end. We've got this last chain 3 space. Oh, here it is. Okay, so now I know I'm at the end here, right? Because I'm about to connect here. So let's just see what the instructions say. Right, okay. Now it says repeat around, ending the last repeat at star star. Okay, so where's the star star? Right there. So whatever I'm doing at the end, it should be this. It should be what's just before the star star, because that's where it wants me to end the last repeat. So we did single crochet in the top of the next petal and chain 3. So that sounds right, because that's right where I am on my round. So single crochet in the top of the petal and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's right, because you can see, like I said, like intuitively, that that's where we should end. And then we're gonna slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 4th chain of the beginning, chain 4. So this is what I was saying about blocking right here. You can see it's definitely gonna need to be blocked. Okay. We did that, and then I'm gonna fasten off, because it says join a new color here, but it didn't say fasten off, so I just wrote myself a note. You have to fasten off if you want to join a new color. So we're gonna fasten off and join it in any single crochet. Okay, so any single crochet, you can join the next color. Glenda says I work in the tail too. Yeah, so when I block it stays pretty soft. It doesn't really make it stiff, because you're just putting water on it. So I just like to block it because I don't like how it curls like this. But you don't have to block everything, and like Glenda said, this is just crochet, so you don't have to be a conformist like me. You can really just do whatever makes you happy. Okay, so join the single crochet, join second color in any single crochet. Okay, so these are the single crochets right here. So we're going to join and then chain up 3. So there I just joined with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets in there, and then I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So this is going to make my corner. 2 and 3. Okay, so I worked all of those stitches right into that single crochet. So 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet to make the corner. So you can see right there on the instructions chain 3, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. You see how it's in parentheses? So I did all of that in the same stitch. So they're telling you everything that's in that parentheses you do in that stitch. That makes a corner. And then we're going to single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5, 2 single crochet in the next chain space. So let's do that. Single crochet in the next chain space, which is right here. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 single crochet in the next chain space, which is right here. So you're going to skip these guys and work 2 single crochet in here. And then we're going to chain 5 again and single crochet in the next chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's another chain space. Okay, and then we're going to do our corner. So the corners are worked, wait a second here. 2 single crochet in the next chain space, so we did that. Single crochet in the next stitch. See, I missed an instruction right there. So 2 single crochet in the next chain space and then single crochet in the next stitch. So right there I have to work a single crochet before I do that chain 5. So 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next chain space, and then chain 5 again. So here we go. 1, 2, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we can work our corner. Single crochet in the next chain space, and then do the corner. Okay, so we did that in the next single crochet. So let me make sure. Oh, okay, so we did the chain 5, single crochet in the next chain space, and then we can do the corner. So if you're not here with a single crochet on top of the petal, then you know you're in the wrong spot for the corner. So the corners have to go in the top of these petals. 1, 2, 3, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then another 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now let's go back because this round is a little tricky. So we did the corner. Okay, so now it says repeat from star. So we have to go back up here, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5, 2 single crochet in the next chain space. Single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochet in the next chain space, single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochet in the next chain space. So here's the stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5 again, single crochet in the next chain space, and then a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet, and then the corner. So this round was a little tricky for me. I had to keep going back because you're doing something very sort of different in between each corner. So I have to keep going back and looking at the instructions for this round. Okay, so there's my corner. It looks like it's working though. See, we've got the side, we've got the corner. Now we have to do this side again. Glenda says, many years ago when Annie's was crochet newsletter, I had some original patterns published. That is fun. That's awesome, Glenda. It's so much fun to see your pattern in print. It's a really special thing. Okay, so we did that. repeat from star. So now I have to do this again. Single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5, 2 single crochet. Here's the chain space, chain 5, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochet. Single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next chain space. Here's the stitch, 2 single crochet, and then we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet in the next chain space. Okay, then another corner. This round was really hard, kind of tricky for me because I feel like it's not, like I said, as intuitive where you're doing the same thing, sort of. So I have to keep going back and looking at the instructions, but that's okay because you want to get it right. 1, 2, and 3. So after the corner, we go back to the star, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5, 2 single crochet. So here's the chain space, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochet, 1, 2, single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next chain space, chain 5. Okay. Single crochet, 2, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's see where we end because you see we're back at the beginning. So it says chain 5 and then single crochet in the next chain space, and that's where we're ending because that's where the double star is, right? Repeat around, ending last at double star. So I just did the chain 5 and it says single crochet in the next chain space. And then ending last, repeat it, and then join to the third chain of the beginning chain 3, okay? So we have to do that last single crochet in this chain space because that's where it says to end, and then we just join to the third chain. 1, 2, 3. So then you can put it down and look at it. And make sure you got your 4 corners. If you don't have 4 corners, you know you did something wrong. If it's a square, you need 4 corners. Okay, so that was round 5, and I think that was the trickiest. So now we're on to round 6, and we're using the same color, and it says chain 3, half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 3, right? And then half double crochet in the next, and the next, and then 5 single crochet in the corner. Here's the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll see this right here. That's that stitch. So don't work over it or you will miss it. And then we do double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Let me make sure. 5 single crochet in the corner and half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then double crochet. Okay, so half double, 1, 2, and then double in the next 2, 1 and 2. And then we do half double crochet, 3 single crochet in the next chain space, and there it is right there. So you know you're on the right track because there's your chain space. 1, 2, 3. And then it says single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So here's 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then 3 single crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet in the next 2. So 1, 2, 3, half double crochet, and then we're back at a corner. So we do double crochet in each of the next 2. So that's 1, 2. Then half double crochet in the next 2, and then we go back to the repeat. So it's a long bit of instructions before the repeat for this one. Okay, so we did half double crochet in the next 2. Now it says repeat from star around. So now we're going to go back to here, and then we have to do all this stuff again. And when you see the parentheses, remember that means it all goes in the same chain space or stitch, whichever it is. So 5 single crochet in the corner, but we know we're at the right place because it says 5 single crochet in the corner, and we're right at the corner. So if it says 5 single crochet at the corner and you're not at the corner, you know you skipped something. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then half double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2, double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2. And then half double crochet and 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, all right into that chain space, and then single crochet in the next 5. So we've got 5 right there. We know we're on the right track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 single crochet and a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and a half double, and then double crochet in each of the next 2. So there's 1 and 2, and then half double crochet in the next 2, and that's the repeat. So now we're starting right back at the star, which is 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're just going to do what's after that star as many times as it takes you to get around until you get to where it says star star. Half double in each of the next 2. Double in the next 2. There's 1 and 2. And then half double, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Glenda. Glenda says you're doing great. Thanks. This is a long one, guys, so I appreciate everyone who's sticking around with me here. But we're really getting a lot, I think, of pattern reading skills here. What did I just do? 3, I think I was right there. Okay, and then single crochet in the next 5, and then 3 single and a half double. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and a half double. Okay, and now we're back to the double in the next 2. Wait, double in the next 2, and then half double. Okay, so double, double, half double, half double, and then 5 single in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see that I'm doing basically the same thing all the way around. You have to definitely read the instructions on this part too. But once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. It's all simple stitches. You just have to remember where to put them. 3, and then we're at 5 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 single crochet, half double crochet. I think we are at the end. So see what I just did? That was 3 single, half double crochet. So I did that, and then double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Oh, this was my star right here. Okay, so double crochet in each of the next 2. So I did my half double, or my 3 single crochet, half double, and then I just do, I think that's where I end, because then I have my double crochets, right? Repeat from star, ending last, repeat at star, double crochet in each of the next 3 single crochet, half double crochet. So I think that's where the star should be. So 3 single crochet, half double crochet, because as you can see, we're right here at the beginning, and it looks like that's exactly where we should be, because it looks like the other corners. So you just slip stitch into the top there, and that is your last round. That is round 6. There is a round 7, but as you can see, it's just single crochet in each stitch. So it's just basically a little single crochet border. So I'm not going to do that one because I know we've been here a long time. So you just work with another color. I did mine with another color. A single crochet border, single crochet in each one of these single crochets, and when you get to this corner, you single crochet 3 into this one of these stitches. So put 3 single crochets, I'll show you on mine, all into the same stitch. That way you turn the corner, because you have to turn the corner by increasing in the corners, or else it won't be a square corner. So see, this one turned out actually a little better than the one I did last night. The one I did last night was very curly, so I blocked it. This one you may not even need to block it at all. It looks like with this yarn, the Premier Basics, I think it turned out a little better. See, you don't even really need to block this one. It's barely even curling. So as you can see on the one I did last night, but it was different yarn, I just put a little single crochet border all around the back, all around the edge, and that's the last step in this pattern. So look at that, we did the whole thing. Let me flip my phone so I can say goodbye. So we did the whole block, the whole Afghan block. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for sticking around with me for so long. If you were not able to finish, of course you can go back and watch the replay whenever. And also, if you missed the beginning, the free pattern is right in the description there. So make sure you download the free pattern. And thank you so much for being with me here today. Make sure you join me next Friday at 12 Eastern for another crochet tutorial. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And thank you, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.